Shalom, Israel. I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And Shalom select out there doing this work of faith and labor of love and true sincerity. Right, I wanted to get into a topic entitled Reason and Logic Applied into the Scriptures. And the inspiration of this comes off of the live stream in which Apostle Gabar hosted with the Apostle Aram Lab and Elder Menatazat, about, Tommy Sotomayor. And, okay, so, with that, I'm just jump straight into this one point that I want to hit, a couple scriptures. Lord willing, this segment is edifying, So this is, I have the definition of reason here. It says, reason, the power of the mind to think, understand, and form judgments by a process of logic. So what reason is how your mind gets to working to form a judgment or form a decision based upon whatever you're faced with. Okay. So the definition of logic, it says reasoning conducted or assessed according to strict principles of validity. So we clearly see that what reason and logic go hand in hand, because you had what reason is what the way that you formulate judgments based off a process of logic, and logic is your reasoning conducted according to your strict principles of validity. Okay, so what validates our principles in which we live by? The scriptures. Okay, what are the set principles that we live by? The law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, our way of life. Okay, so reason and logic go hand in hand, man. And Tommy Sotomayor, he doesn't have, strict principles of validity, because he's going off of his own vain opinion, according to Sirach 3:24. And if we're basing things generally off our own opinions, that's no valid foundation. You have to have a starting point, and our starting point is the scriptures. And through us having the starting point and the foundation of the scriptures, we build on top of that layer upon layer upon layer with the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua have instilled unto us. Okay. So real quick, this is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 27, chapter 1, verse 27. But the Most High have chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise, and the Most High have chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty, and base things of the world and things which are despised have the Most High chosen, yea, and things which are not, to bring to naught things that are. So the things, that the world holds near and dear unto them, the Most High have chosen those things to confound the people, because by the people's own reason and logic, they think that they're wise, but they despise the things of the scriptures, which is, a basis which we're supposed to base our life off of. And it's simple things, like knowing that we're Hebrew Israelites. That's a simple thing. It doesn't take much, but the Most High, of course, having to apply the Spirit unto you, and, you linking the scriptures up with events in history that have happened, man, to clearly see who we are according to this day. That's simply done by a process of reason and logic, but it starts off with the scriptures, man. Okay. And the main quick example that I wanted to get into is dealing, with the Israelite man and the Israelite woman, since this is Tommy Sotomayor's topic of getting on a woman. Okay. So this is 1 Corinthians chapter 11, start at verse 3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Yahushua, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Yahushua is the Most High. Okay. And I'm going to jump to verse 7. For a man indeed ought not to cover his head, for as much as he is the image and glory of the Most High, but the woman is the glory of the man. Okay. And what, so we know that there's an order with things. So we are supposed to be the Lord's glory. Okay. But now the way that we formulate our thoughts to come up with our strict principles of today, dealing with, not us that's in the truth, but 2/3 that are in the world, what do they base their judgments off of? By their principles and their logic of the way that Babylon has structured them to be. Okay? But when we look at the scriptures and we understand the natural order of things, we can see why the Israelite man is torn down, why the Israelite woman is torn down. Okay? And why the households are so broken up, so on and so forth. Because since we are the glory of the Most High, and we didn't abide by the law, statutes, and commandments, the Lord stripped our glory from us. Okay? Since we didn't give proper glory unto the Lord stripped our glory from us, which is our woman. Okay? And since the woman, okay, didn't respect the man as a chain of command, going down the line, now what? The Lord stripped her glory from her. Okay, so it's a chain of events that occurred all because of one thing, that we didn't follow the law, statutes, and commandments, man. So when we look at the Israelite man, how is the Israelite man torn down? As I said, what? Through the woman. Okay, and Esau knows this. That's why the Most High had to set forth that standard there, which is these Edomites, these devils, to use the woman, which is in her simplicity, to come up against her Israelite man. Why? Because her glory is stripped from her, which is her hair and her beauty. They've been stripped from the Israelite woman as a whole. Of course, we still have some beautiful women out there, but in a whole, they're not as they should be in their proper estate. That's why the so-called black woman on average is bald-headed. Now, since their glory has been stripped from them, they seek to replace that glory in which they have lost. Okay? And how is that done? By the so-called white man coming into play, teaming up with the Israelite woman, because Edom has the hatred for Jake. So one enemy of one great way to get at their enemy is to get at their woman. So that's what they did, because the woman is in her simplicity. So Esau teamed up with the Israelite woman to come up against the Israelite man. And now we have the situations in which we have today. Since the woman couldn't have her glory, she seeks to have her glory over the man. She seeks the man's glory as being the head of the household. Okay? As ruling over the man, as having that control, having that power, in which Esau has gave unto her. Okay, and with the Israelite man, since the Most High stripped our glory, which is our woman, from us, what do we do in turn? We, in essence, how they say, become products of our environment through Esau setting forth the standard of breaking down the household, man. Okay, and so since our glory has been stripped from us, we seek the so-called white man's glory, man. Okay. Because the so-called white man, he was set up to steal, to kill, destroy, for him to have the current riches of this earth as we now know it. So what do our people that is in the world 2/3 seek after? Okay, they seek to kill one another, to rob one another, to get over on one another, just to have the riches of this current world, which is Esau's world, man. So that's proper reason and logic applied into the scriptures. The way that our people formulate their thoughts by their principles is by the ways of the world and the course that has been set forth from our glory being stripped from us and the woman's glory being stripped from her. Thus we have that trickle down effect, man. This is all according to the scriptures, and if people would take the time out to truly look at the scriptures, you will clearly see the chain link of events that happen. Okay, so this is how our people formulate their thoughts, not based off of the principles of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, but based off of the principles of this world. That's why our people are lost within today's time, man. So, with that, Lord willing, this segment, of reason and logic applied to the scriptures was edifying. Lord willing, I'll do another segment on this as well. So with that, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to Lek out there doing this work of faith, labor of love, and true sincerity. Shalom.